11 News starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news right now, another alarming coronavirus report just came out from the Allegheny County Health Department. The county has set another daily record again. Health officials say they've learned of 109 new cases since just yesterday. That makes 378 new cases in just the past 4 days. The median age of the patients is 26. 7 people have been admitted to the hospital with the virus just since yesterday, and that is the highest number of hospitalizations since May 20th. Now, statewide, there have been 618 new cases since yesterday. We are taking a closer look at those local county cases. Look for that coming up later in the newscast. We are following more breaking news right now. Members of Pittsburgh City Council have introduced legislation banning police from using chokeholds and neck restraints. The proposal mentions the deaths of Eric Garner and George Floyd. Both men died in other states while in police custody after officers applied chokeholds. So this proposal says that chokeholds are a, quote, long-standing generational pain and trauma in black communities as a result of systemic and institutional racism and long-standing problems in policing. Right now, the Pittsburgh Police Department bans chokeholds and neck restraints except when an officer's life is threatened. Our partners at the Trib spoke with the president of the police union. He sees a problem with this legislation. He says, quote, if an officer cannot get to their firearm because that is what they would typically use in a deadly force situation, the legislation is saying the officer should die or face the loss of their job in that type of situation. Pittsburgh City Council members are looking over several different police reform proposals. They include a hiring freeze in the police department, banning the use of military equipment, and taking money away from police salaries to be used for anti-violence or social programs. The council president is working to schedule a public hearing on those proposals. A man accused in a stabbing spree is in custody. This surveillance picture is from the convenience store where police say the first person was stabbed. A short time later, a second victim was killed. Channel 11's Mike Holden has been looking over police paperwork, and he has new information on what led up to the stabbings.
This criminal complaint shines a graphic light into what allegedly happened in this Pittsburgh neighborhood. The man responsible for multiple stabbings is now in police custody, and the people who live in this community say that brings a tremendous sense of relief. New this afternoon, Melvin Banks is behind bars and charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and criminal attempted homicide. Police say he is responsible for at least 3 stabbings that all happened within a 24-hour time span on the same street in Pittsburgh's Lincoln-Leamington-Belmar neighborhood. Police allege he stabbed 37-year-old Gregory Walker to death along Lincoln Avenue over the weekend. Walker's brother tells Channel 11 Gregory was disabled and had a kind heart. He was soft-spoken and wanted nothing more in life but to please and help others. The stabbings played out right here along Lincoln. Pittsburgh police were called to this mini-mart Saturday evening after a store clerk was stabbed in the face. Police paperwork says the attack happened within a 3-second time frame. The victim was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Police then went a little farther down the block and found Gregory Walker's lifeless body at the parking lot entrance to these apartments. Police say Banks stabbed Walker at least 9 times. Police believe Banks then stabbed another person on Sunday along the same street. They're expected to survive.
I found out later than most, but when I found out he was arrested, I was just glad he was off the streets, you know.
And Banks is now set to go before a judge for his preliminary hearing on July 17th. I'm now working to talk with family members of the victim of this deadly stabbing, their reaction to this incident, and how they would like the community to remember him. That's coming up at 5. Reporting in Lincoln-Leamington, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Back to some coronavirus news for you here this afternoon. With 100 new cases of COVID-19 since yesterday, Allegheny County officials are hoping that the move to ban alcohol in bars and restaurants can bring those numbers back down. So that ban for on-site alcohol sales takes effect at 5 o'clock this evening. You won't be able to get a drink with dinner, but you can get one to go. So here's the deal. Health officials say through contact tracing, they pinpointed the increase in local coronavirus cases to businesses on the south side and Oakland, where large groups of people were gathering. As I mentioned there, you can still buy alcohol to go from a bar or a restaurant. Now, some bar and restaurant owners we talked to say these new restrictions will hurt their businesses that have been struggling. Some will stay open. Others say they're just going to have to close again. The manager of the Highlands Bar in Westview is upset. She says they've been following the state and CDC guidelines.
I feel like we're being punished because other people can't follow the rules as well. So it's very unfair, and there's a lot of us losing our jobs.
The county says businesses that don't follow the rules could be ordered to shut down for at least a week. The State Tavern Association is asking Allegheny County to reconsider the alcohol ban. They call it, quote, a death sentence for some family-owned businesses and the jobs they create. So they are offering to work with the county to try to come up with an alternative plan. We'll keep you posted on that. More than 200 people were potentially exposed to the coronavirus at a Planet Fitness in Morgantown. Someone who worked out there last Wednesday tested positive. So the gym is closed right now for a deep cleaning, and those people are asked to quarantine. Lawmakers are looking to get kids back to school and people back to work. Dr. Anthony Fauci and other health officials are testifying right now on Capitol Hill about what they're doing to fight the pandemic. Our Samantha Manning joins us from Washington with the details.
The Republican senator leading today's discussion on Capitol Hill had a clear message. Everyone should be wearing a mask, and it should not be a partisan issue. Today, lawmakers are looking into how to safely reopen our schools and get back to work without compromising public health. Dr. Anthony Fauci testified about the federal government's ongoing efforts to contain the coronavirus pandemic. He pointed to studies looking at the impact the virus has on children and research on treatments. Dr. Fauci says reopening schools should be determined on the infection rate in each area.
The basic fundamental goal would be, as you possibly can, to get the children back to school and to use the public health efforts as a tool to help get children back to school.
And today we're also hearing from the head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC says it's working with local and state health departments to develop strategies for reopening safely. In Washington, Samantha Manning, Channel 11 News.
If you want to get a coronavirus test, the AHN mobile test site is on the move this week. Today, if you live near Clairton, you can stop by City Hall and get one. You can see where on your screen exactly where it'll be the rest of the week. Allegheny Health Network says anyone getting tested should have symptoms. A doctor's note is not required, but you do have to make an appointment. Results typically come back in a week. Channel 11 has been covering the shortages of PPE. It's had a big impact on some local nursing homes. But a nonprofit based here in the Pittsburgh region has supplies on hand to help and for free. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer has the story from Green Tree, new at noon.
Already, Global Links has donated hundreds of thousands of masks to organizations here in our community in need. And everything you see around me is ready to go, too.
It's still a worldwide shortage.
Face shields and masks fill box after box inside the Global Links warehouse. All PPE that the nonprofit is ready to hand out for free to locally based nursing homes, senior care facilities, or other organizations helping the at-risk. Already, they've given away about $500,000 to more than 200 places, including the Northside Christian Health Center and Bethlehem Haven. It's work that helps the community in more ways than one. Global Links uses its donated funds to buy the supplies from local businesses, from Day Owl in Homewood to Proto Haven in Wilkinsburg.
Our staff has been working and just really feels gratified that we have a role, we have space and experience, we can move this inventory, but it's life-saving inventory. So we are thrilled to be able to put our 30 years of experience responding to crises and public health disasters to work here in our hometown.
So how long does Global Links intend to help out in this way? Well, I asked her that. We're going to have the answer coming up tonight at 5. And in the meantime, if you're an organization that needs some of these supplies or would like to help out, we have information for you on how you can get involved on our website, WPXI.com. Back to you.
All right, Liz, thanks so much. An elderly man was killed in a fire this morning at his home in Washington. The flames broke out just before 6 o'clock this morning on McElry Road. The Washington County coroner tells us 85-year-old Gary Bigler was killed. The state fire marshal is working to figure out what caused the fire. A truck burst into flames after a crash in Northview Heights early this morning. Officers were called to the Hazlitt Street exit off of 279 just before 3 a.m. The driver got out and wasn't hurt badly. Now investigators are trying to figure out why exactly it caught fire.
I'm not ecstatic because, of course, I want everybody involved to be held responsible, but it's a start.
7 years after the death of baby Marcus, police say they have arrested his killer. His mother says this is just the beginning. The family spoke exclusively to Channel 11. They're glad there's been an arrest, but they say their fight for justice won't stop here. Marcus was shot and killed at a picnic in the East Hills in 2013. And yesterday, his family filed a lawsuit against the district attorney's office and Allegheny County over how the investigation played out. So the lawsuit claims that Gregory Parker confessed to the murder in 2018, but wasn't charged because the DA needed his testimony in the Wilkinsburg mass shooting trial.
The bigger picture is the fact that the authority of the city really just disregarded the life of my son, and they felt like it was okay. So at the end of the day, that's the justice that I need. They didn't pull the trigger, but they may as well have.
The district attorney's office sent a statement saying that the lawsuit is wrong on the facts and wrong on the law, and that their office deals with frivolous matters on a regular basis, and this will be dealt with in due course. The Penn Hills School District could possibly replace their security guards at the middle school. They'd use engagement specialists instead. So the plan is to have 7 of them at Linton Middle School during the day. Penn Hills Superintendent Nancy Hines told our partners at the Trib these are people who are trained to interact with kids, saying, quote, kids who have disabilities, kids who have short fuses, kids who are having a bad day. They'll recognize when something's amiss. Linton Middle School has been a hotspot for fights and bad behavior. A retired police officer is expected to maintain a security presence in the lobby. A top Russian official is responding now to allegations that bounties were put on the killings of U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. NBC's Keir Simmons has an exclusive interview.
President Putin's spokesman telling NBC News that President Trump's tweet claiming U.S. intelligence didn't find credible information absolves Russia of blame.
And those statements indicate that those reports actually were not so valuable and not so trustful. So that's why we'd better stick to those statements of the President of the United States.
Dmitry Peskov using forceful language.
If Russia was paying money to reward members of the Taliban for the killing of American soldiers, would you consider that to be an act of aggression by Russia? Would you see that as serious as that?
I don't think that this situation is possible ever. No, maybe I can sound a little bit rude, but this is a 100% bull. It's non-diplomatic thing, but it's a bull.
That's strong, Mr. President.
As simple as that.
And this week, Russians are voting on whether to allow the Russian president to stand for election for 12 more years. It could mean 36 years in power for President Putin. Whatever America decides to do now could have long-term consequences. Keir Simmons, NBC News, London.
Rethinking your summer vacation plans. Coming up, the pandemic is putting a twist on where and how people will travel. What health officials are suggesting everyone do if they decide to get away in the coming weeks. Plus, AMC Theaters is putting their reopening plans on pause. How their delay will impact theaters here in southwestern PA.
And cranking up the heat this week, I'll show you when we're going to start hitting 90 degrees.
Every candidate, every voice, every vote matters. From the campaign trail to your backyard, we're talking to the candidates about the big issues and to the voters who will decide the election. Channel 11 News, Decision 2020 coverage you can count on. You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscast. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now. Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
I don't think it really should be mandatory at this point to quarantine.
But if you are planning to travel out of state, the health department is recommending that you do a self-quarantine when you come back, especially if you're traveling to any of the hot zones. Channel 11's Amy Hudak explains some people are changing their travel plans because of the pandemic.
Allegheny County health officials are making it very clear travel is one of the reasons why we've seen a pretty significant spike in COVID cases. But their new recommendation isn't sitting so well with some. Empty airport corridors lead to terminals where you'll find few anxious travelers.
We had some hesitancy, some trepidation about traveling.
I was a bit anxious as I was coming up to my travel date.
The Allegheny County Health Department catching many off guard over the weekend, announcing a spike in coronavirus cases.
COVID-19 cases in Allegheny County have reached an all-time daily and weekly high.
All bars are mandated to shut down Tuesday evening. And if your family is planning a summer vacation, weekend beach getaway, or road trip, your plans could change.
Because many of our cases reported recent out-of-state travel, I am also strongly recommending all those who have traveled out of state to quarantine for 14 days after returning.
Eric Roberts and his wife just got home from a trip to Boston for medical school graduation.
At some point, travel becomes a necessity, so you balance necessity with safety.
They'll be self-isolating to help prevent community spread and get tested if need be.
We respect the fact that the 14-day quarantine order is in order.
But others say they just can't afford more missed work and lost income.
I don't think it really should be mandatory at this point. If I know, though, particularly that a state is putting that type of quarantine restriction on, then I would probably not travel.
It's not often you see Pittsburgh's International Airport this barren. There's really nobody around. But health officials say you don't need to be scared. You do need to be aware. Wear your mask, use hand sanitizer, and use common sense. Amy Hudak, Channel 11 News.
So if masks are still required in August in Florida, the Republican National Committee says they will follow the guidelines. Jacksonville city leaders made masks mandatory indoors and in public places where social distancing is difficult. The RNC says it is committed to holding a safe convention that fully complies with local health regulations. It will also do temperature checks, make PPE available, do aggressive sanitizing, and have coronavirus tests for those who want it. The convention is planned for the week of August 24th. There's been a lot of back and forth about the effectiveness of face masks. Health officials say those who aren't wearing them are adding to the rise in cases. Now, the CDC is doubling down on recommendations, citing new evidence. Maybe you've seen some of these posts popping up online that show the difference that a mask can make.
All right, with a mask. Without a mask. Okay, so, but I'm just wearing a mask for everybody else. Why should I wear one for everybody else? Okay. Front of the mask. It's not perfect, but it's better.
So that post was from Twitter user Sharon Wood. Obviously, there it shows how a mask can catch droplets if someone coughs or sneezes. The droplets can travel into the air even when someone talks or just raises their voice. We've heard that about singing, too. The CDC says respiratory droplets can play a key role in spreading the virus. Wearing a face mask is mandatory if you are in a public place in Pennsylvania and you can't socially distance.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, what a day to get outside, enjoy some fresh air today. Plenty of sunshine. Live look at our PennDOT cameras. I-79 Bridgeville. It's pretty much all sunshine. We do have a couple of those puffy cumulus clouds, but as I mentioned yesterday morning on Channel 11 Morning News, we'd see more cloud cover Monday than we'll see today. I-79 Kerwin Heights looking great as you continue to head up I-79. Sun-drenched skies across the area this afternoon. Already to 83 degrees, which normally wouldn't be that bad because the humidity is not really out of control today. But, and this is a big but as far as I'm concerned, there's no wind right now, and there's going to be very little wind throughout the day today, so there's nothing to really stir things up. So we're going to be keeping an eye on air quality the next couple of days. Check back tonight with Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper to make sure no air quality alerts have been issued for the day tomorrow, because there's not going to be much in the way of wind tomorrow either. Here's visible satellite. And again, once you get to the late morning hours, you start to get those cumulus clouds to form, but not nearly as widespread as yesterday, except in the mountains of Cambria, Somerset County. You got some decent cloud cover. Abundant sunshine today, tomorrow, Thursday, even into Friday, looking at 13 to 14 hours of sunshine today, tomorrow, Thursday. Then Friday, maybe slightly less sunshine. I mean, still, it's a slam dunk day as far as great weather goes, but with the increase in humidity toward the end of the week, we'll start to pull in a little bit more moisture. That moisture doesn't only mean a rise in the humidity levels, but also means a little more in the way of cloud cover, especially during the afternoon. Today, not a whole lot of cloud cover. UV forecast at 9. It's in the very high range. Why that is important to you when you step outside? Sunburn time, as little as 15 minutes. So sunscreen, sunglasses, hat, all a good idea. What a great pool day. Even a great pool evening. Temperatures mid-80s all afternoon long. Sunshine, few clouds, and humidity in check. Tonight down to 65 degrees, just a bit muggy. And tomorrow, another very warm day. Lots of sunshine. We'll make it to about 86 during the day tomorrow. And again, humidity, not a huge factor during the day tomorrow. We've only had one 90-degree day so far this year. I think we're going to surpass 2019 by the end of the week and the weekend because a lot of heat on the way, not much rain. Rainfall forecast through Sunday. All of us should be less than a tenth of an inch of rain. 5-day forecast through weekend. Always in view. Here comes the heat. Thursday, sunshine, 88 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny, up to 90 degrees. And that could be the beginning of a 4 or 5 day string of 90-degree plus weather. Isolated thunderstorm for the 4th of July, although most areas are not going to get wet on Saturday. 90 for the high temperature Saturday, and sunshine on Sunday again with a high temperature of 91 degrees.
We are seeing some ripple effects of the coronavirus. Still ahead, a different kind of surge affecting hospitals right now and why more people are showing up with burns. First, though, working from home has become the new norm, how it can also cause some aches and pains.
This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 at 11 starts with team coverage of this breaking story.
Accurate details.
Tonight we're talking to parents who have major concerns.
Experienced coverage.
Our crew is live in Washington.
Trusted weather source.
Just got a warning in for Westmoreland County.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Dependable coverage of breaking news.
We have been on the phone working to answer your questions.
Tracking storms to prepare you for tomorrow. Count on Channel 11 News 11 at 11 tonight.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Welcome back. If you've been working from home, how's your neck doing? Trading in your office furniture for a couch or a kitchen chair might be kind of painful for you. Literally, doctors say they are getting more complaints about aches and pains, especially sore necks and sore wrists.
Moving your neck from side to side, work on bringing your arms across your body best you can. Reach behind if you're able to reach and stretch that way.
Doctors say you should make your house feel like a real office. So put your home office at somewhere that's a good location. Put your monitor at eye level. Find the right chair and the right desk, and then take some breaks to stretch. The biggest movie theater chain in the nation is pushing back its reopening. AMC Theaters announced today it would delay reopening for at least 2 weeks. Most indoor theaters have been closed since mid-March. AMC told investors it now plans to reopen 450 locations on July 30th, and the remaining 150 will open the following week. The company had planned to reopen on July 15th. Online liquor sales at fine wine and good spirits stores are expanding. Online liquor sales are now you can buy more things because the State Liquor Control Board is offering 6,000 items. You know, they resumed those online special order sales and they ended that 6-bottle limit. All those restrictions were put in place when the stores were dealing with massive demand for online orders. So you likely have a credit card with cashback rewards, the move that you have to make to get the most free cash.
The mom and pop pizza shop, the barber shop, the shoe shine shop, the nail salon.
More than 13% of Pennsylvania workers are out of a job, the help coming to small businesses in desperate need.
Heat and humidity on the way. I'm putting together a new graphic to show you when the humidity will finally be on the rise.
Morning News brings you what's happening now.
Looks like a river flowing through Westwood.
What's new?
Greenhouses are on fire.
This is an incredibly active scene.
And what's next?
By 3 o'clock, scattered thunderstorms.
Count on Channel 11 News every morning. WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking news.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Welcome back. We continue to follow breaking news on coronavirus cases, and the numbers keep rising in Allegheny County. The health department just gave us some new numbers, and they are reporting 109 new cases since yesterday. Beaver County is seeing some new cases as well, but theirs is 18 in comparison there, as you see. You can see the other local cases on the screen for Westmoreland, Butler, and Fayette counties as well. 6 new cases reported in Westmoreland, 5 in Butler, and 4 in Fayette County. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate stands right now at more than 13%. And more than 2 million Americans have filed for benefits since March. Now the state is extending unemployment benefits for another 13 weeks. Channel 11's Angie Moreski shows us the help that's coming to small businesses across the state.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of any community, and this new program is designed specifically for them.
The mom and pop pizza shop, the barber shop, the shoe shine shop, the nail salon, to get them the help that they need in response to the pandemic that we know as COVID-19.
This is a grant program, not a loan program, so businesses won't have to pay the money back. To qualify, they must have less than $1 million in revenue, fewer than 25 full-time employees, be based in and operate primarily in Pennsylvania, and have opened prior to February 15th.
The grants of $5,000 to $50,000 will help restart businesses and rehire employees.
$100 million is specifically being set aside for historically disadvantaged minority-owned businesses.
This is not a first-come, first-served program. It's based on need. We're going to try to get the most money to the most small businesses as quickly as we can.
To apply, businesses must go through local community development financial institutions like the Northside Community Development Fund here in southwestern PA.
There are more than 1 million small businesses in Pennsylvania that can qualify for the program, and we have more than 100,000 right here in Allegheny County, our home county.
The application period for the first round of grants begins Tuesday at 9 a.m. You have 10 days to apply, with businesses selected and money expected to be distributed within 2 weeks after that. We'll have more information and a link for you on our WPXI app and website. Angie Moreski, Channel 11 News.
Anyone looking for a job in Butler or Armstrong counties can soon get help at PA Career Link centers. They'll be opening by appointment only on Wednesday, and online services will still be available. The Westmoreland County Jail is considering expanding testing for the coronavirus. Jail officials told the Trib that they would be for new inmates only. Right now, there are more than 400 people jailed there, but the warden says he expects that number will increase this summer. He says the start of the pandemic, the new inmates are being isolated for 14 days before being transferred to the general population. Some Major League Baseball players are opting out of the season. Washington Nationals' Ryan Zimmerman and Joe Ross say they won't play in the 60-game season. They both say they're uncomfortable with the possible health risks to players and staffers. The Nats general manager supports the move. When Major League Baseball announced plans last week to unilaterally impose a 60-game season, players were given the right to opt out. Kind of an odd ripple effect of the pandemic. Doctors are seeing a surge in burn patients at local hospitals, and the majority are seeing cooking-related injuries, I should say. Senior correspondent Blair Miller from our Washington, D.C. News Bureau found out why the surge could get worse.
Hospital burn units are used to seeing a rise around the 4th holiday, but this year's different. The surge in cases started months ago.
At hospitals across the country, treating COVID patients has been one focus, but another focus is what's happening in burn centers.
We've been consistently busy ever since mid-March.
Dr. Jeff Schupp is the director of the burn center at MedStart Hospital in Washington, D.C. He says they typically see 60 burn patients a month, but during the coronavirus, that's doubled to about 100 to 130.
We're seeing many more burn injuries across the spectrum of burn injuries, but then we started talking, and it seemed like we were seeing more patients that were having cooking-related injuries.
Cooking-related injuries alone have increased by 30 to 40%, and that's just part of it.
Not only are we seeing more of this type of injury, the injuries are more severe than we usually see. So some of these patients are ending up in the intensive care unit needing skin grafting procedures.
Schupp says burn centers across the country are seeing a similar trend. And with the July 4th holiday closing in and many fireworks displays being canceled, doctors worry the numbers and the injuries could only get worse, adding to an already busy time of year.
We see surges around around holidays, especially when fireworks are being used. And in the summer months, we see a peak of grill-related injuries and bonfire-related injuries, but nothing this steady and consistent. I know it's only been 3 or 4 months, but it hasn't really let up.
A number of medical and fire protection agencies are now trying to put out more warnings in communities across the country to try and alert people about this, hoping they plan a little more before putting themselves at risk. I'm Blair Miller for Channel 11 News.
The push to remove the Christopher Columbus statue in Hershey Park is gaining some steam. There is a petition on the mayor's desk with 7,000 signatures on it. Pram Rajagopal started the petition. He'd like the city's art commission to take down the Columbus statue. He compares it to the Stephen Foster statue that was taken down in 2018.
We've seen already in other cities, people are taking this into their own hands, and I would really love to see our city to be one that was proactive.
Pram says that he would like to see the Columbus statue moved into a museum where it can be put into historical perspective. Walmart is not selling All Lives Matter merchandise on its website anymore. The company got some backlash for T-shirts that featured variations of the Black Lives Matter slogan, including All Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, Irish Lives Matter, and Homeless Lives Matter. Walmart says they were being sold by third-party sellers on its website. If you follow America's Got Talent, you can probably tell that what's been going on here, but we are talking about a big change tonight. Most of those shows you've been watching were before the pandemic. We're going to listen to Simon Cowell talk about what's happening when the seats went empty.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson, and we've been bringing you a special version of Local Steals and Deals, where we shine a spotlight on amazing companies and their passionate founders. Small businesses really are the backbone of America, and we need them to thrive now more than ever. With Local Steals and Deals, we bring you exclusive offers from these brands on products that make your life safer, brighter, and more fun at a time when we all really need it. Join us in making a difference. Simply pick up your phone and text USA to 65,000 to learn more.
Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know the neighborhoods, I know the school districts, and that really helps to inform you so that you know if something is going to impact your family.
As soon as she gets that information, the Breaking News Desk is able to go on air, bring that information to you and share it.
That is a resource no one else has. If you see me on the Breaking News Desk, you know it's an important story.
Watch Catherine Amenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
If any show thrives off of audience reaction, it really is America's Got Talent. And we have heard about the impact of the coronavirus it's had on TV and movie production. And tonight, you'll see it start to play out on AGT. So a nearly empty, look at that, Pasadena Theater provided the setting in early March after Judge Heidi Klum got sick. Everyone was thinking she had the virus. Turned out she didn't. But concerns about the virus forced a different audience. experience. No audience. And after 2 days of taping without an audience, fears grew.
Behind the scenes, you've got 250 people, you've got choirs coming on, you've got variety acts, and it was basically, it just didn't feel safe anymore.
AGT eventually moved online to finish out auditions. Live shows for August still up in the air. America's Got Talent, though, airs tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Channel 11, followed by World of Dance, and then please make sure you stick around for 11 at 11. Hershey Park is finally opening for the season this week, and when it does, it will debut the park's tallest roller coaster ever. Candemonium is a hyper coaster. That means it has to be over 200 feet tall. This one is 220 feet tall, and it is tied with the Steel Curtain in Kennywood for the tallest roller coaster in Pennsylvania. Hershey Park officially opens on Friday. We're still waiting a little bit longer here for Kennywood to reopen, but just want to let you know they are going to open next Tuesday for pass holders, and then it'll be a July 11th for everyone else. And maybe you're looking for a summer job, maybe your teen is. They still need some workers. They need to fill 1,500 positions before opening day. You likely have a credit card with cashback rewards. The move you need to make sure you get the most free cash.
Plus, humidity will be on the rise the next couple of days. I'm putting together a graphic to show you when you're going to start feeling the stickiness to the air.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI Now.
Channel 11 covers weather everywhere you live.
And we have the experience to get it right. We know the unique weather patterns across our neighborhoods.
That's why it can be raining in Beaver County,
while it's dry in Westmoreland County.
Weather coverage you can count on.
Nobody can read between the lines like Judge Judy.
Breaking news to get to here right now at 12:43. Parents and students who went to the Bell Vernon area high school graduation might have been exposed to the coronavirus. The school district says that someone who attended has tested positive. It was last Wednesday. The superintendent says people were social distancing and wearing masks, but the health secretary is asking people who were there to monitor themselves for symptoms. You likely have a credit card that has those cash rewards. They promise to give you cash back if you use the card at specific locations. But our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, explains why you might not be getting all the cash back you could.
The credit card industry is always looking for the hook to get you to pull their card out of your wallet or to get one of their cards. And the hot thing right now is cashback or rewards for grocery shopping. But you got to know that they have so many gotchas about how they define grocery shopping. A lot of times it doesn't include it if you go to BJ's Wholesale, Costco, or Sam's Club, and not everything in the grocery store will qualify for the cash back. In fact, it can make your head spin with all the exceptions and rules and exclusions. So you know what I like best? A simple 2% cash back card. And that's gotten easier to get. There's the Citi Double Cash card. Fidelity Investments, all their cards do 2% cash back. And now PayPal has a new card that pays 2% cash back. And it's not just at the supermarket, it's anywhere you shop. For everything you buy, you get a simple 2% cash back. And I like that. I'm Clark Howard.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Another fantastic afternoon across the area. Live look at our PennDOT cameras. This is the Parkway North, Camp Horn Road. Get those puffy cumulus clouds in the sky. Plenty of sunshine. If you are heading outdoors this afternoon, sunglasses, hat, and sunscreen. I-79, Route 19, up into Butler County, Cranberry Township. Again, one of those afternoons, you get some sun, then you get some cloud cover for a brief period of time, and then you'll get some more sunshine. We're going to do that rest of the day today. Tower Cam live in downtown Pittsburgh right now, 83 degrees. Notice the trees. There's hardly a breath of wind. Officially calm right now at Pittsburgh International Airport. So there's nothing to stir the atmosphere around, nothing to kind of cool you off. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water if you're outside for any length of time. Here come the cumulus clouds, started to develop right after 11 o'clock this morning. So it helps to douse the sun a little bit. When you get a cloud, you get a little bit of a cooling effect for at least a couple of minutes till the sun pops back out. 15 dry daylight hours today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So we're maxing out each and every day. One of the best strings of weather we've seen so far this year, and certainly one of the best strings of June into early July weather we've seen, because this is generally our rainy time of the year. Make sure the pups aren't outside any longer than they have to be this afternoon. Always when the heat's like this and the humidity starts to rise, especially later in the week, make sure your pets are inside as much as possible. And when they do go outside, make sure they have plenty of water. 65 overnight tonight. Clear skies, just a touch muggy tonight, but not terrible. Then tomorrow, more of the same. Lots of sunshine, very warm. We'll make it to 86 degrees. Now, again, today and tomorrow, humidity not that bad. There'll be a little bit of mugginess in the air, but it won't be overly impactful. But with the jet stream spiking to the north, we stay dry, and eventually that starts to let a little more humidity in toward the middle and latter part of the week. So notice on the humidity forecast over the next 48 hours, by the time we get into Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, notice we're starting to come up consistently into that muggy range, almost into the humid range. We'll get to the humid range by the time we get to the weekend. So temperatures on the increase each and every day. Humidity on the increase as well, second half of the week. Sunshine tomorrow, 86. Sunshine Thursday, 88. Sunshine Friday, 90 degrees. Notice there are some clouds, so it's not going to be crystal clear blue skies, but most days will start out that way. Then you get the cotton ball type clouds during the afternoon. Saturday, isolated shower or thunderstorm. Most of the 4th of July is going to be dry, but just for picnic plans, I want to give you an early heads up. There could be a stray thunderstorm, and then hot and humid on Sunday, mostly sunny. High temperature, 91 degrees. Jennifer?
All right, Scott, thank you so much. A brother and sister who live near Wheeling got a big surprise. The long-lost sister who's been looking for them for nearly 60 years. Now here's local Steals and Deals, Lisa Robertson.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson, coming to you from my home, of course. Let me tell you something that is amazing. I was just talking to somebody the other day about home security, right? I think that's something we all wonder about. But a lot of times you're saying, yeah, I'd love to have a big home security system, but I don't have $1 million. Guess what they told me? So just out of the blue, a security consultant said the other day, you should check out the Blink camera. Guess what local Steals and Deals has for you today? The Blink camera. How amazing is that? So local Steals and Deals, we really try to find you things that are going to improve your quality of life, great ideas you might not have heard of, and the Blink is definitely one of them. Now, this is actually backed by Amazon with all their resources and all their know-how. This is the security camera they get behind, and I love that. The Blink is fabulous because it's really easy to install. It's indoors or outdoors. And here's one of the amazing things. You can have HD video. You can have audio back and forth. and it's going to store the recording of the video, and you're not paying every month. Isn't that amazing? I love the fact that it's easy. I love the fact that you don't have to have anything big and complicated. I love the fact that you're not paying a monthly monitoring fee. And I love the fact that the one that we're bringing you is 3 cameras. 3 cameras for indoors or outdoors. And here's how cool it is. So you just sync up the module with an app that you put on your phone, and then whenever one of your cameras senses motion, it lets your phone know. You can go, ding, ding, ding. Oh, I see what's going on right here. You can talk to the person you see, or you can call somebody if there's a problem. I love that. I also do love the fact that you're not going to get a bill every month going, oh no, you don't have to pay that. This stores it, no problem. This is one that is normally one of the most sought after security cameras in the business, and we have it for you at 20% off. So go to localsteals.com, one of the great ideas we have for you right there, and you can have peace of mind inside, outside, at home, or anywhere else you are with the Blink XT and the 3-camera system.
I like people to be honest, not stupid.
Nobody brings the truth to life.
Is that what you want me to believe?
Nobody can read between the lies.
I'm 5'9", and I have a body like Christy Brinkley. Do you believe that?
Like Judge Judy.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You saw a little money. You wanted a big red truck. Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck. I still love this job.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
Welcome back. The surprise of a lifetime. Siblings from just over the border in Belmont County, Ohio, just found out they have another sister who's been looking for them for 60 years. 60 years. Marjorie Zaboski was just united with her brother Joseph and her sister Ann, and she apparently was adopted at birth and wanted to know more about her family, so she sent in her DNA to Ancestry.com, and with the help of a friend, she got what she was looking for.
I was flabbergasted because I called Josh to tell him, to thank him for helping me, and I figured he didn't find anybody. He's, oh no, Marge, I found your sister and she wants to talk to you.
Wow, isn't that incredible? So they say once they got started talking, they say it was like they knew each other their whole lives. A Wisconsin family helped rescue a bear that got a jug stuck on its head. This family was fishing. They say they spotted what they thought was a dog struggling in the water, and then as they got closer, they realized that it was actually a young bear with a jug stuck on its head. So the family jumped into action. You can see, look, it's kind of jiggling it loose, and it got that jug right off the bear there. They say once they saw that it was off, they knew he was going to be okay.
And you could hear it when I was right over top of it and pulling on it. You could hear the bear huffing, breathing very hard. I mean, just gasping for air.
So glad to see that that little guy's okay and that that family happened to be there at the right place, the right time. The animal made its way safely to shore, and everybody seems to be doing all right. In South Carolina, look at this image here. Wow, look at all those starfish. A lot of them have been spotted near Myrtle Beach here recently. A member of the Ripley's Aquarium down there says its food source is right in the tidal zone, so those starfish are following them to feed. Neat souvenir there for some of those kiddos. All right, thanks so much for being with us here today at noon. Our next newscast is coming up tonight at 5. Of course, you can get breaking news anytime on our streaming apps. Just search for WPXI on the Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a wonderful afternoon.
In Severe Weather Center 11, we cover weather everywhere you live.
And we have the experience to get it right. We know the weather patterns across our neighborhoods and understand the unique influences on your area. It's why they're